Recently, we've been getting a ton of anime gaming announcements and trailers. We got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero with a brand new gameplay trailer. We got Bleach Soul Residence with a release window of 2024, and they had a gameplay trailer a couple of months ago. And then we got, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash, which is going to be coming out next month. Say what you will about that game. It looks pretty fun, so I'm going to be checking out day one. But today, we got something that I never thought I would say in the same sentence, and that is Hunter x Hunter video game, bro. More importantly, we got a Hunter x Hunter fighting video game, which is another thing I definitely never thought I would say. So yeah, today we got a teaser trailer. We got a little bit of a hint a couple weeks ago that something was going to happen today. Stay until the end of this video though, because we're going to be talking about whether this is an arena fighter or not based on the developers. Okay, we're going to go into the developers, what they do, what they did, and kind of the backstory of them and why I don't necessarily think this is going to be an arena fighter. Then we'll talk about my thoughts and opinions on the trailer. But let's go ahead and jump into the reason you clicked this video, which is this teaser trailer. 30 seconds long. Expectations are set. There's not gonna be too much in this thing is kind of what I'm saying.
ただ普通に戦うってのだとつまらねえからさ、今回はチーム戦と行こうぜ。いいねそれ、面白そう。やろう、チーム戦。
I love Gramps, bro. He's so funny. Such a cool guy. All right, Nin Impact is what the game is called. Blink and you might miss the teaser trailer, but yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Arena fighter or not? I don't think so. Now, do I know 100% certainty? No, I don't, because this is all we got. It's a teaser trailer. Let's go ahead and talk about the back history of Aiding, which is the developer of this game, right? So they are pretty much masters of 2/2.5D gaming. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a fighting game that is left, right, so horizontal and vertical. So think fighters, do not think Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, Naruto Storm, those are 3D games, go into 3D space. You're thinking of a fighter's game, basically left, right, up. That is what you can do. Now, to give you kind of a back history why I think that is because they did Naruto Clash of Ninja. They did all those games. They also did a Bleach and Zatch Bell game, both in the same style. But more importantly, they did Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is a 3v3 tag game set in the same style. So I think they've maybe done like 1-2 arena fighters, but their specialty is mainly 2/2.5D fighting games. And I think that this is definitely going to be up in that alley, mainly because of something we see in this teaser trailer. So let's go ahead and kind of like ramp it up a little bit to this little scene here, and that's going to be when these guys get shown. So why is there 6 people here, and why are they like 3v3 faced off? So like whenever they kind of come up to this little area, you can see 3 team, and then you got a 3-man team here. So it definitely looks like it's gonna be a 3v3 tag game. Of course, I guess we could have some weird arena fighter where it's like a 1v1v1 and they're all kind of like gearing up to run away, or like a battle royale type of thing, but they're definitely not gonna be doing that based on the track record that Aiding has. I could definitely see this being more of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 type of stuff. So if you've never seen that game, I highly recommend you check it out just to kind of see what type of games they make anyway. Of course, that game is really old, so they're probably gonna change things mechanically and base it off Hunter x Hunter's, you know, world building, universe and stuff like that. I've seen some people saying that this is like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 era. I don't know what games you were playing back then, but it didn't really look like this. This is more PlayStation 4 era. Now, is this like PlayStation 5 next gen? Probably not, but to talk a little bit about that, I don't think the models look horrible, and this is kind of Aiding's style. They're very kind of like simplistic and stuff. I think we suffer from the Arc System effect. Basically, Arc Systems has made really flashy, really sophisticated fighting games, and they make them really well, and they're able to kind of turn them out pretty quickly. And I think we suffer from that because like you see fighters and you're like, man, that's a fighting game. That's dope. And then you see something like this and like, oh, this isn't really that great. But that's because they're in 2 different ballparks. Arc System Works has been doing stuff for a very long time, and they know exactly how to make stuff flashy. They usually have bigger budgets, and they're usually working with somebody else to kind of turn some of these video games out and stuff like that, like a Bandai Namco, somebody who's able to fund them to the T with a ton of different things. So yeah, I think we kind of suffer from that. But today, I think that this isn't really bad for a teaser thing. I would rather see like kind of a 4D or like a PlayStation 4 model kit with really good mechanics and really good gameplay, as well as really good netcode. I think the netcode has to be important here in 2024 for these type of games. Fighting games have evolved netcode wise. You see a lot of these games getting rollback. Fighters are getting one. You know, all the other games are kind of like working backwards. You know, we have Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and then you have, you know, Guilty Gear, all that stuff. They really worked on getting rollback and kind of implementing it very early on in the development structure. And I think this game's going to be no different there. But like I said, if it comes to kind of like, okay, we don't have too much of a budget on the models, let's go with the PlayStation 4 models and let's like make the gameplay and mechanics like insanely good, and then we'll give it rollback. That's way cool with me versus the other way around. You don't want a game that looks phenomenal and then plays like shit. Like, who cares then? You're not going to want to play it because it feels like shit. Like, who cares if it looks good? It's really cool that they showed Gramps. I think this is very important to me because this shows that we can have potentially really cool characters. I'm thinking like some of the ants, as well as maybe Killua's family, bro. Imagine Zeno coming up in this. There's a lot of cool characters that we could definitely get. Kurapika is kind of looking a little sketchy right here. Not gonna lie, in this little scene. Boy's doing a little dirty. This is mainly going to be like a console PlayStation PC game, most likely. A lot of people are saying mobile. Definitely not mobile, bro. This is going to be like on the console or PC. So overall, I think this is a pretty cool teaser. We're going to have to see where we're going with gameplay and kind of the way it looks and feels and stuff like that in terms of that. And then we'll kind of base our judgment on that. I think people are being way too harsh based on a couple walking animations and standing poses. I think that's a little harsh.